Hello everybody. I've been promising to do this teacup reading. I've been requested from a few people to get the tea leaves back out again. So here we go. I've already had my tea, and I've done, if you go back to the first, it should be, if you just look at all my videos, the first one that I'd ever done about tea leaves, it shows you how to prepare your tea, and you're putting in your intention, how to turn your cup, and your baseline is your handle. All of that is already there. I don't want to go through all that again, because those subscribers who do tune in know this already. But here we go. I've got a different angle to my camera to the way I used to do things, everyone, so I'm sorry about that. But if you just have a look yourself and see if you see anything in there, see any shapes or anything that maybe that you feel could be relevant to you. But here, down here, I see there is water, and I have drained this out pretty well, okay. And when I see this, normally I would say that as being tears, but or some kind of sorrow. It's been well drained. I do think it's people who are listening in for this. I've put the intentions in for other people, other messages, not just for me. But there's a vulnerability here. So whoever's listening to this, maybe feel vulnerable at the moment. Maybe not being able to let their guard down in a certain situation with someone. Now let me have a look. I see a dog seated here. Now it could be a new pet coming into the fold, into the family fold. It can also mean someone that you can trust. You've maybe got a really good friend around you at the moment. But I also see a love heart up beside it. And there's fish. There could be someone maybe wanting to invest money with you at this particular moment, or you want to invest money with them. When I see the love heart and that going along with this, it could be you pulling resources with someone that you trust. I hope you can see this. It's in, and there's a dog here, a seated dog, fish above it, and a love heart. I do feel this is someone that you trust a lot, and there's going to be some kind of mutual agreement on something. Maybe you're thinking about going into business with them, going into partnership with them, romantically or otherwise. Now let me go round the cup. Let me see. I should put down my glasses, shouldn't I, so I can see a bit better. Let me have a look. I do feel as if there is a party going on here. That I'm not sure if that's a little angel, but I feel as if you're going to be getting some kind of spirit communication. You're maybe feeling quite psychic at the moment. This looks like a little kind of angel that is dancing around. Could be protection around you at the moment also, especially when I see this vulnerability going on. So those that are feeling quite vulnerable and don't want to let their guard down, just be aware that you are being protected at this particular moment in time. I feel as though there is like there's little leaves going around here. Little leaves, little shapes, not just tea leaves, but shapes of leaves. And I do believe there's a new start. There's a new start and something coming in. A new start of some kind of plan. I feel as if you're coming out of an old situation. I need to try and get more of this liquid out, guys, because it's moving everything else about. I do feel that you are definitely going to be trying to start something completely afresh. I think you could have came out of a relationship and it's almost like a new chapter starting. For those that are tuning in, there's a new chapter going to be starting in your life. I also feel here when I see leaves, it could be like little ivy where it actually follows up and is all running down, and it's almost asking you to ask for help. I think this friend, this dog friend, is somebody who's going to come in and give you a hand at the moment. Could be even something as simple as putting you up some, you know, maybe letting you have a room in their home, or lending you something to get you by at this particular time, or they will do. Or you could be doing that for them. You know, you could be maybe opening your house to somebody and allowing them to stay. There's going to be communication, maybe some kind of letter coming in for you. Could be a legal document coming in. Could just be something as simple as your paperwork for your car insurance, or home insurance or something. You maybe need to start renewing that, or looking at getting a better deal on home insurance or car insurance. I see a boot here, and I'm wondering if, and it almost looks like a kind of like a hiking boot. I don't know if maybe you're going to be maybe thinking about taking up walking for fitness. Maybe could be going on some kind of walking holiday, or meeting up with people to get outdoors. Or this could just be a message to get more outdoors, getting your kind of your boots on to take yourself away into maybe nature. I'm trying to see if I can see anything else that's more honest and, you know, more good, that you can all see as well. It's funny I used the word honest there. I don't know where that came from. Look out for maybe you having to speak some truths that could maybe be offensive to some people, but you feel you need to say it. I don't know why the word honest came out. I don't understand that. It didn't seem to be relevant to what I was talking about. Or you're going to have to ask someone else the truth about something. You're looking for honesty at this time. Let me see. You could go on for hours with this. The only thing I do say is, if you're going to start doing this yourself, sometimes the leaves dry out and they start to move. That can't be such a bad thing either, because you can then start getting other messages coming through. I feel there as if there's like a little goat. I would have said a little sheep, but there's a little goat sitting there. And I do feel that with a little goat there, it can mean that you've put a lot of work into something, and the work that you've put in has become exhaustive. I do feel here there's almost like little bats flying about, and that's just a really busy, hectic time. Busy, hectic time going to be coming up for you. Huge changes. I really feel there's a huge change here. Also be aware here that not to tell too much to somebody. There could be someone trying to get into your personal business, but as in, I don't know if this is online. Be careful of anything that you do online, especially with finances. Your bank details, credit card details, just be really careful with that at this particular time. There's a butterfly here as well, and I think with the butterfly, there's almost you could be starting to look at, look to lose weight, change your hair colour, look at a new wardrobe. It's almost like you have came out of a chrysalis. You came out, you're going to be like a new person in the months coming up, getting into summer. There's huge changes ahead. Almost feel like it's almost like a whole chapter has closed for a new chapter to open. I'm trying to see if I can see anything around here. That down here is like the little head of a mouse. Sometimes you get mixed up with a mouse and a rat, but look at this length of the tail. This is a little short tail. Just when you see the little mouse, watch that you don't start nibbling away at your finances. Maybe if you've got savings and you could start to nibble away at them for some reason, for whatever reason, and it's just a war, or someone else could be. Be careful that something doesn't come in and nibble away at what belongs to you. Or you could end up something as simple as a mouse in your house and causing havoc with the wiring or something like that. It can be literal. Sometimes we look at it as being something, you know, it's like a metaphor. But sometimes it can just be something as literal as a small rodent animal that you may even get. You know, could be a little mouse, could be a little, because it's a tiny little tail here. It could be a little mouse or be a little hamster. Maybe your child wants, you know, one of these kind of rodent pets that some people get. I think I've kind of exhausted this cup. It's something that I like to sit up and take my time with and really stare at it, and your mind, it just gets absorbed in. Try and stay away from, if you're ever doing this for someone, by all means always be honest, but don't put negative thoughts in someone's head, okay? Because I have had someone look at one of my other cups and say something quite negative that they see, and that can just worry a lot of people, especially when this is just a general reading. So by all means, if you see something that sparks something in you, then that's fine. But as a general reading, I don't think I would like to say anything that negative. So just be careful with your interpretations of things. A lot of times as well, when we see these different markings, you're getting this from your subconscious mind a lot of the time. You're getting downloads of messages. So you will find that they will relate to someone who, you know, comes in and listens to us. It is for them. A message will be specifically for a particular person and not you. So don't always feel that when you listen to these things, you know, that it doesn't resonate. It's maybe for someone else who listens in. Okay. Well, I hope you've enjoyed that. It gives you an idea of how a reading is done. And if you could always just practice yourself. It doesn't have to be one of these fancy cups. You can use, as long as it doesn't have a waist. Okay, just try and get a little cup that's kind of round. If it comes in at all, it's got a waist and you won't be able to use it. So I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope everybody will pop by soon and listen to other readings that I do. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. And I hope to speak to everybody later. Bye bye.